What's going on? It is officially the last track day of the year. It's currently 6:56 in the morning, and we are at a hotel in Lancaster right now because I just hate getting up in the morning for especially like a track day. I just want to be, well rested, and it's just easier for me to stay at a hotel sometimes instead of driving like a little over an hour in the morning. But yeah, here we are, about 20 minutes away from Willow Springs. We're doing the starting grid, aka auto-tuned Streets of Willow track day today, and we got some prime parking out here, as you can see out the window. We got the Hype C8 ready to go. Pretty chilly out though. It is like 35, 36 degrees. Hopefully it warms up a little bit. That's a little chilly. Definitely gonna take a while to warm up those tires too. But yeah, we are dressed ready. Got the Roadster. Shout out to Roadster. Go check them out in the App Store if you haven't heard of them before. Awesome app for a bunch of different car events and stuff like that, cruises. Yeah, staying warm. And we have everything ready to go here. Packed for the day. Got my extra shoes. Got the racing shoes on right now. Just got these guys. And yeah, gloves, all the GoPro stuff. I'm gonna be, if you haven't seen my other videos of the track days, all I've really been doing recently is just kind of loading the car up with a bunch of cameras. But yeah, so we're gonna check out the breakfast here. We're at the Hilton in Lancaster, or Hampton, Hampton, same thing. And maybe drink some Mountain Dew, wake up a little bit more. And Mountain Dew sponsor me if you see this video. I love drinking you, even though I shouldn't. It's really bad for you. Yeah, so go start the car, probably wake half of the people here up because the car is absolutely stupid loud, and then make our way over to Streets of Willow Springs. So yeah, let's get out of here. All right, well, if you aren't up this morning, you're gonna be now. Sorry if I woke you up. Alright, this is the perfect place out here to do a little pull, I guess you'd say. So let's do that. I've really done that on the channel yet. Yeah, I really love the sound of this car. It used to have the Paragon titanium exhaust with the Soul Performance Sport Cats, but I had to get rid of the titanium exhaust because I was having so many issues with it, like moving, and it just was not going to be able to hold up to these track days. So I switched out for the Corsa, and I swear it's like twice as loud. I don't know why or how, but it is freaking loud. And as you heard from the cold start, I mean, it just doesn't even pick up on the camera. In person, you feel this car, like you feel it vibrating your entire body when this thing turns on, and it idles and sounds like it's got like some kind of cam to it. So I love the exhaust setup. It's honestly a little too loud for like a daily driver, and this is my daily driver, but gotta love it though, gotta love it. Always brings a smile to my face and everyone's face, really. Alright, looks like we can finally see the track, so we're getting close. Just right around the corner. See if we can get that in there. The moon in the sky. Horse Thief Mile out there in the distance. Should be a great day, although it is actually colder over here, so we're definitely gonna have to take those temps tire PSI, excuse me, still cold and we're at 31, so we're gonna need to drop that quite a bit. All right, here we are, Willow Springs International Raceway. So we're gonna go ahead and get this gate fee taken care of. I think it's like $20 cash. And then, of course, sign the waiver of death, as I like to call it. And then, yeah, we'll get over to the registration, get that going. We got to do some prep with the car, of course, before we get out there on the track, so take care of that. And then driver's meeting is at 8 or 8:20. I don't know what group I'm in yet. I might be in the advanced, the top group, but you know, I only have 5 track days under my belt, so hopefully they put me in like high intermediate. I don't really think I'm ready for like red group, like open passing and stuff like that yet. So before we get out on the track, there's a couple of last things that we got to check. The first thing I like to do is check the lug nuts. Now on a regular C8 lug nuts, you're supposed to torque them down to 140 foot-pounds, but because I have the titanium racing lug nuts with the floating seats and they're lubricated, you're supposed to torque them down to only 120. They actually send you like a little guide in the box when you get these. So just checking these, obviously we don't want any wheels falling off. Not like it ever would, but you know, I just like to make sure that they're all nice and snug before we get out and rip around the track. So, and I like to do it in that like star pattern. Not sure if it even makes a difference, but that's just how I do it. Moving on to the next thing, we need to check and lower the tire pressure. Now this is kind of something that you have to do throughout the track day, because obviously when we were on our way to the track this morning, it was at 31 and it was still cold. I like to track with my tires around 29 PSI, maybe even 28 depending on the track. So this is, you know, pretty much you're not going to be able to get it perfect on the first session, and you're really just probably going to warm up in the first session anyway. So we're just dropping it. I think I drop it usually about 5 or 6 PSI below what the warm temps would be, and then I adjust accordingly. You know, if it's too high after the first session, then right when I finish the first session, I'll drop it exactly to where I want it, because generally the tires are going to be warm at that point after, you know, going out on the track for 20 minutes. So here I'm just dropping it. I think I actually did it twice because I wanted to make sure the tires were really nice and cool before setting it. So, you know, if I set it 5 below PSI, then when they're warm, should be where I want them to be, right? So just estimating pretty much where you think it's gonna be, and if it doesn't work out, then of course you can just drop it later. So I don't go too low, but I want to make sure that I'm not going to be driving around at 35 PSI with warm tires around the track. There's just no way that's going to work. And the next thing we have to check is the PDR and set it to track overlay. I drive around every day in sport overlay mode as kind of like my dash cam setting. So we have to set that, and I already have the Streets of Willow track saved on my PDR. If you don't already, you would just go custom track, and you can basically create a new track, which is perfect to do on your first session when you're kind of just going out warming up and everything. We got the GoPro set up on the back on my new little racing mounting location, and the interior GoPro for the cockpit view is also set up. I use a GoPro clip it onto the removable roof latch there. And next, just taking a look at this little goodie bag that we got for showing up today. Thank you, Starting Grid and Auto Tuned, for putting this event on. We got our little red run group bracelet there, and then a little lanyard, a couple of stickers, candies, a little meal ticket, and raffle ticket that they do at the event as well. So now just one last overview of everything that you pretty much need for a track day. They want you to have a front tow hook. Definitely recommend that, or they're just going to latch onto your anything and get you off the track in any emergency. You need to have your side and rear, which I'll show in a second, numbers on your car in case they need to call your car out. Any situation where they need to identify your car number. Gloves. Got the interior GoPro set up. We set up the PDR. We got our little phone holder for our backup timer with hot lap, and the rear GoPro with the rear tow hook as well. And then of course there's the back number. Needs to be at least 8 inches high. I think that's usually the going size. And then of course, last but not least, you need your helmet, and I have a head sock as well just to keep the helmet a little extra clean. And so yeah, we are ready to head out to the first session. So just got done with session 1. We were running 124s, 125s, which is pretty good. Personal best here is like a 124.5 or something. But unfortunately, the problem we forgot to check was that performance traction management was not on, and we were not in track mode. So I was holding back quite a bit because it almost felt like the car was not warming up. So should have a good go on the second session, and I think we can hit 122 if not lower today, which will be awesome. Second time here, first time going back to a track that I know, so it feels good to be back somewhere where I actually know the layout, not like trying to learn the layout for the day. Yeah, overall good first session, and I have a good feeling about session 2. I think we can break the personal best. Alright, so we just stopped to have lunch. I had some turkey sandwiches, got my shirt, pretty cool shirt. Also got a little hat, little wood brakes. So we were able to do a 1:21.8, which is a little over a second off of my PB from last time. I think that I'm not going to be able to get it any quicker today. I think what's holding me back at this point is just the Pilot Sport 4S's. Definitely they heat up, they get a little greasy and slippery. You know, pretty much by the third or fourth lap. Can't really do too much after that. It's holding me back, I think, from getting a little higher G's around the turns. So that's going to be the goal for next year, is definitely get on some better tires. I'm probably going to need some brakes too. Nice big brake kit would be a good option if I really want to get some faster times. Definitely going to need new pads, so I'll probably do that, upgraded pads next. But yeah, overall, good day being back at the track. Just going to take it easy, kind of work on the line. And honestly, maybe I can just clean up my overall like consistent laps instead of going for another hot lap. Just do some nice, clean, consistent, like 123s would be good. So this would be it. Well, that's going to be it for today. Had a very successful day overall. Went from a personal best of 1:23.5 to a 1:21.9 or 0.8. I believe I saw a 0.8. I'm gonna have to double check the PDR. The Hot Lap app I use as like a backup for basically like the last session when I completely forgot to start the PDR. And then of course the first session of the day, completely forgot to put the car into performance traction mode. But yeah, so the car's pretty much beaten up after all the track days. I think I need new brakes for sure. I can show you really quick how bad the brake dust is on the car. You can see just, and then the chunks of like rubber in there too. And then yeah, I'm definitely gonna need some brake pads. Red caliper is just covered. Yeah, so definitely a lot of wear and tear. Of course, we got like little bits of rubber and stuff, and I actually tipped one of the cones out there, one of the apex cones in the chicane coming over the hill. So kind of tipped the car in a little bit more than I probably should have. Yeah, we got a little bit of a mark right there in the cone. But the whole front of the car is PPF, so I don't think that's actually on the car. I think that's just the PPF. But unfortunately, at OneUpLighting Speedway on Sunday, we did get this from a chunk of tire. Came up on the straight. It was like 100, and I think I was at like 140, 150. on the straight when that came up and hit me. Overall, looking good. Love my racing titanium tow hooks. Super expensive. Everyone always makes fun of me when I tell them how much these things were, but I mean, look how sweet that looks for titanium. Come on. I really want to do some more upgrades, and that's going to be the next video that I'm going to put out, is pretty much what I've done to the car, because I've done a lot to this car already, but there's some stuff, like track-specific stuff, aside from the rims I already have, that I really need. I 100% need new tires. I think I'm pretty much about maxed out on my lap times with the tires. I mean, yeah, I could get a little bit better, but you know, I definitely could use some help. So I'm sliding around after pretty much like lap 3 or 4 even. Like, the tires just start to get greasy. These Pilot Sport 4S's are not meant to be like hard, you know, hot lapped over and over and over again. But the good thing about them is that they lasted. Like, I mean, there's still plenty of tread on these tires, and definitely I want to get a harness set up in here, because the seatbelt, you know, the 3-point seatbelt is just not enough to really hold you in place. Like, I can't 100% feel what the car is doing. Overall, again, just had a great time today, and super excited for next year, seeing what we can do coming back to here, and honestly, I'm a little scared to go back to Big Willow. That track is scary. That was the first track I ever did. Aside from the Ron Fellows, that was the first track I ever did. And that was, I mean, it's just scary coming into this turn here. It's just death-defying. So, looking forward to checking out a couple of other tracks next year as well. I want to do Chuckwalla, definitely. I wanted to do it this year, but couldn't really find the time. And also, Laguna Seca, I really want to do that. The only thing is, especially with our exhaust setup, which, again, I'm going to go over in another video of all the mods that I've done already to the car. But, you know, we got the Corsa exhaust with the Soul Performance Sport Cats. I think it's too loud to go to, I don't know if it's Laguna Seca. I might look like an idiot saying that. But one of the tracks has a limit of 105 decibels, and I think this car is over that limit. I don't know, maybe not, but if it's not over the limit, it's certainly freaking close, because this thing is just stupid loud. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more like this, I can totally vlog every single track day that I go to, easy. And unfortunately, I was by myself today. Nobody else could make it, but we have other people, friends that can kind of join in. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one, and until next time, peace.